Hey guys, Carolyn here. Today I'm going to be doing a video talking about how I keep up with comebacks in 2019 because I have had a couple people message me and say like, how the heck do you do life? And I do not know how I do life. But if you don't know, I work full-time. I also am in school full-time currently. I also do YouTube sometimes, I don't know, every day during the month of September I'm doing YouTube, and I somehow keep up with all of the comebacks of all my faves and know when albums are coming out and all sorts of things like that. So today I'm going to give you some of the ways that I keep up with comebacks, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I think is super important for keeping up with comebacks is having some sort of social media like Instagram or Twitter. I think is super important. Facebook works. Like I used to use Facebook a lot more than I do now, but Instagram or Twitter are like the two that I feel like are super important, and YouTube, because those are all important. Let's talk about how Instagram and Twitter help first, and then we'll get into YouTube. But so Instagram and Twitter, most K-pop groups these days have an Instagram or a Twitter account. It's just like a thing. Along with that official Twitter account are about 3 billion fan accounts that pop up for every group, unless you're standing a super underrated group. But even those groups have like some sort of Twitter account or Instagram account that they'll update information on. So when a group announces a comeback, usually all the teaser photos and videos, there will be links on Instagram or Twitter, or there'll be photos on Instagram or Twitter. Or so following those accounts on Instagram or Twitter, checking them regularly, or having notifications on. Notifications, man, they save lives. Having notifications on is super helpful because then you can just scroll through your notifications and see who announced a comeback while you were at work or in class or whatever the case may be, wherever you were. I don't know your life. So you can do that. There's also, along with all the fan accounts and all of the, not that I'm saying you should have notifications on for everything, but for a lot of things, and also for places like Soompi and not Koreaboo and not all K-pop, because I hate those accounts so much, but Soompi and other news sites like that. Like there are a couple of Twitter accounts. Balloons is the one that I primarily follow, mostly because he's a Woolham stan. And then there's also the Team Pinky one. They are both super great at keeping up with comebacks, and I'm sure that they're announcements. So I personally have my notifications on for both of them, and as well as my favorite groups and their companies, and that's how I like things on Instagram so fast and retweet them, because I have my notifications on, and I do have an Apple Watch, so the notifications will pop up on my Apple Watch and I can like or retweet or whatever, see the information on my watch, which is super cool. But even if you don't have that, if you just have a phone, which is fine, like you can still see everything that that company or that group posts or that news site posts, and that's very important because I feel like I find out things pretty soon after they happen, which is not always a great thing. Like with the case of Myungsu, like, oh, I got about 20 notifications Myungsu left in Woolham Entertainment. Did I want 20? No, not really. That is super important. So Instagram and Twitter are like the main ways that I find out about K-pop comebacks, and once those happen, I like to write them down somewhere. The main way that I keep up with comebacks. There's also YouTube, and YouTube is like more difficult, but I know that I find a lot of information, like a lot of people find out about comebacks through my monthly collection plan videos, and those I do just to like go over all the comebacks happening next month, and not everything is always updated by that time, by the time that I upload this video, because I do it on the last day of the month, which I'm actually supposed to do today, and I totally forgot about that until right now. But so a lot of people find out about comebacks through that video that I post, and there's also a couple of places that I get that information from. There's also a couple like K-pop blogs that I will find lists of comebacks, that, and then like through Twitter I'll find out about comebacks, and once all of those comebacks, I have that list, it's like saved in my phone, I'll go ahead and put like what comebacks I know are happening on what days of the week. That sounds very extra, but I'm a very extra person, so you know. And also, like I said, I have about 8 billion things happening in my life all at once. Like if I were to sit here and think about things I should be doing right now, I can think of about 6 other things I should be doing right now. So those are helpful. I follow a couple K-pop blogs who will post expected comebacks So those are also very helpful. When I'm making that video, I do a little research through those. And then also pre-ordering albums is a good way because I can see when they're coming out, and just following companies too, and like listening to rumors and thinking of, I don't know, I just like am constantly on my like lunch break, or when I'm watching a drama or something at night, I'll be like scrolling through my phone and I'll find out information that way. It's really just about making sure you're following news accounts and also official accounts of groups that you're interested in, and also other big fans of groups that you're interested in, because sometimes a rumor will be floating around the community, and if you just follow like official accounts, you won't see those rumors. But like I follow a bunch of Super Junior accounts, and they'll be like, oh, this member changed his hair color. Like, here's a picture of him at this event that happened today and he has a different hair color. Or this member at this concert or during this V Live for 2 seconds mentioned that there's a comeback happening in October, like with Monsta X. During one of Hyungwon's V Lives, he mentioned that there was a comeback planned for October. So that's how I know about that. And it's really just like, I don't know, I've been a fan for 10 years, so I feel like at this point I'm just super good at keeping up with things like that. Not to toot my own horn, but I do think I'm good at keeping up with things like that, and I followed enough accounts. Yeah, I have like friends who, and you guys sometimes will text me or message me and be like, oh my gosh, like so-and-so is making a comeback this month. Like, so just talking to other fans is also a super great way to keep up with K-pop comebacks, find out more information about the comeback, and all, like I said, the teasers and the track list and the album specifics and all that stuff is almost always posted on the official Twitter account. So super helpful stuff. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's any other ways that you keep up with K-pop comebacks in the comment section down below. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Bye.